Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Dragon Age Origins Awakening. Last time I very rudely left us off here. And we're going to go forward. We went through the tunnels, we met the architect, and we're gonna go deal with the mother. Making sure that there's nothing. Okay. Alright, let's do this. Oh.
Now the pieces fall into place. The Grey Warden comes, the instrument of the Father. Oh, and the Father, he is but a shadow. Oh, how my children protect me. How they love me.
I have told you many times, Mother. I am not the Father. I am simply the Architect.
It does not change what you are. You took away that beautiful music, left us with nothing.
It was a mistake to free you. It has left you with madness. I am truly sorry.
What's done is done. I trust the architect. I don't know if I want to go that far. Even if she weren't mad, she'd still be disgusting. That she is. But anyway, we're here to kill her, so let's do that.
But perhaps the Warden would like to hear how it was that the Father began the Blight. You want the source of the Archdemon? The one who brought all our kind to the surface? Here he is!
Alright, dude.
We should never have trusted any Darkspawn.
There it is then. Unfortunate. I did find the old god, Athemiel, but I did not wish another blight. I attempted my joining ritual. My hope was that this would free all Darkspawn, unravel the curse from its source. Alas, I was unlucky.
You were unlucky? Unlucky? God, understatement. I should have killed you when I had the chance. Enough. I've heard all I need to. Did you consider what might happen when you did that?
Is it not the way of the Grey Wardens to do what must be done, in the name of combating the Blight?
That's fair.
The Blight is a menace, both for your people and for mine. To end it requires sacrifice and risk.
And how lonely the Father was. How terrible to be the outcast, the outsider. He claims he wishes the Darkspawn to be free, but what he truly wants is to correct them.
However you feel about what I have done, the Mother is mad. She cannot be allowed to...
Begone, Shadow! You cannot harm the Mother any more than you already have. And now the hero is alone.
Not really.
The Mother knows your ways. You will not let her be, no, not after what she's done. So it must end. It all must come crashing down!
Well, we agree on one thing.
Perhaps we will hear the song again when we die. Oh, let it come. Let it come.
Oh my god. I didn't think that could get worse. I was wrong. Oh, frick. Oh, no. Special abilities. Okay, there we go. How do I use them? Open your radio menu, okay? In the advanced section, select special abilities icon to see the powers. Okay. Special abilities. Those are spells. Talents? Low blow? No, this is my stuff, right? I don't think that's it. Back? Special abilities. There is not a thing that says special abilities. Spells and talents? That's not it. What's this? No. Oh, I was just in here. There we go. Tower of Trauma. To enter artifacts capable of stunning all creatures in the area. Oh, yes, heals everybody. The Architect, now an ally, can summon a powerful Inferno. Hey, I'm cool with that. Tower of Flame can blast a single target with fire. I want to use that. I don't know if that works, but there you go. Let's see. Nope. Wrong one. Nope. Here. I don't know. I don't know if that did anything. Oh jeez, oh jeez, oh jeez. Okay. Oh my god, I died! Holy shit, I died! Oh my god. Am I dead? I think I'm dead. I think I'm dead. I'll be Sigrun. This is not good. Man, okay. He's got different abilities than I have. Yeah, do that one. Ah. That's not what I wanted. Try... Ooh, decoy. Let's try that. That was kind of cool. Here, Anders, take that. That's not Anders. But you can have one too. Oh, it's on my face! Get it off my face! Get it off! Oh, jeez. Flurry, cripple. Try that. Yes. You could use another potion here. Can I not put Assassin's Mark on here? Hold on. Let me do stamina.
I'm on it.
There we go. Can I put it on her? Yeah. There we go. Oh, it didn't work. I tried, but it didn't work. That's fine. She's gonna die in a little bit anyway. Damn it, what is that? That's still talents, right? Okay, I can only use them once. What's this do? See if we can stun her. I should have used that first. That's what I should have done. Should have used it first. Oh, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die.
As you command.
Drink it. There you go. Anders, I want you to still be able to heal me. Oh, I gave it to the wrong person! Damn it! I saw mages, and that's what I did. There we go. We're good. Oh, jeez. There we go. Really? That's... Okay. Just get your dagger, or leave it, and let's just go. Did she leave it? Yeah, no, it's fine. Don't look back. Just keep walking. Just keep walking. After the death of the mother, the remaining Darkspawn forces scattered and fled back into the Deep Roads. The raids on Amaranthine came to an abrupt end. The architect apparently kept his word, gathering his remaining disciples to follow the rest of their kind back underground. Those Grey Wardens and other nations were appalled to hear of the architect's continued existence, but were unable to track him down despite years of effort. Some within the Order have claimed that the architect's survival guarantees another blight, and yet the Deep Roads have lately been quieter than any can recall. Most have resignatedly decided that it is now in the Maker's hands. Word of the Grey Warden's heroic salvation of Amaranthine spread like wildfire. When the magnitude of the losses at Vigil's Keep came to light, sympathy drove generous donations from all over Ferelden into the region's coffers. Amaranthine was restored to her former glory within a year, Vigil's Keep in 5. Because of the Warden's support for law and order in Amaranthine, Constable Aiden and his men were able to distribute the smugglers' goods to the battered survivors in the grueling days that followed the Darkspawn defeat. The Darkspawn messenger, set free after joining the Wardens in the Battle of Amaranthine, struck out on his own. The city soon buzzed with stories of a cloaked but lisping figure who aided travelers in danger. At the same time, reports of isolated cases of the Darkspawn disease emerged. No one connected the two. The Arlene's peasants suffered greatly during the war and suffered yet worse in the years that followed. Success at the first riot at Vigil's Keep emboldened them. And thus other uprisings followed, often put down with brutality. That's the first time I've ever done that. Oh well. Although the war devastated many farms in the Arlene, all agreed the loss would have been greater without soldiers for protection. The farm holders developed a certain reverence for the Warden Commander, as well as an ongoing reliance on the Grey Wardens for order and protection. Vigil's Keep stood alone against the horde of Darkspawn. The Mother's forces outnumbered the Vigil's defenders many times over. But the sturdy dwarven walls proved impervious to any boulder an ogre could throw. The Vigil soldiers, clad in silverite, each felled a dozen Darkspawn before they died. The Vigil held one night, then 2, then a week, and eventually the attacking horde broke upon her walls. The keep developed an almost mythic reputation, the few survivors immortalized in song and legend. The Vigil became a trading hub that would eventually eclipse the city of Amaranthine, with traders reassured by guards continually patrolling the pilgrim's path. But prosperity bred scheming and treachery between merchants and nobles, testing the commander's patience for years to come. Peace allowed the Wardens to replenish their numbers. Soon Vigil's Keep bore a capable army with Wardens at its core. From their ranks emerged new heroes to challenge threats to Amaranthine and all of Ferelden. Through taxes and levies, the Vigil was rebuilt. Years later, Voldric Glavenak stood on the battlements and pronounced that the defenses were acceptable. He would never speak more highly of any human engineering. Some nobles claimed the Grey Wardens were involved in Ban Esmeralda's disappearance on the eve of the final battle against the Darkspawn. Dark whispers hint that a conspiracy to oust the Wardens from Amaranthine is still afoot. Among the many legends that the Vigil spawned was one of the great heroes of the next age, a sheep herder turned soldier by the name of Sir Alec the Valiant, who eventually founded an order of knights that lasted 1,000 years. That is awesome! The commander's blade Vigilance, crafted from the bones of an ancient dragon, was boldly stolen by Antivan crows. The blade changed hands many times thereafter, with some master swordsmen pursuing the weapon their entire lives. Some claim that this legendary blade has a life of its own, and that its power is steadily growing. Interesting. Dwarfkin Glavenak further refined his lyrium and explosives, but left the Warden's employ after Qunari mercenaries tried to assassinate him. Although the Dwarven bombarder took his secrets with him, The learned say he left clues for others to follow in his footsteps. The Vigil soldiers, wearing their distinctive silverite armor that Master Wade crafted, came to be known as the Silver Order. Under the tutelage of the Wardens, the Silver Order developed into one of Ferelden's most revered military forces, a lasting memory of the Vigil's famous commander. With Vallana and the architect gone from the region, the Pilgrim's Path began to see traffic again. The massacre of the militiamen and the merchants, however, led to hostilities between the neighboring human settlements and any Dalish clans that passed by. One human villager soon kidnapped and murdered a Dalish child. The clans reacted by giving the Wending Wood a wide berth, but both sides know that at some point the elves will return for revenge. A few years after Kal Haral was emptied of Darkspawn, Orzammar began sending expeditions to discover the knowledge of smithing that had been lost within the Taig. Eventually, House Helmi decided that Kal Haral was too important to be abandoned. A tremendous cost of dwarven lives, they cleared the tunnels leading to Kal Haral of all Darkspawn, making the road between Orzammar and the fortress safe again. Kal Haral was reclaimed for Orzammar once and for all. As promised, Voldric and Dworkin presented Orzammar Shaper with the stone marker that told of how Kal Haral's castless had taken up arms against Darkspawn. The commander of the Grey was invited to Orzammar as a guest of honor at a feast commemorating the defenders of Kal Haral. The Shaper read the names of the castless off the marker, then presided over a ceremony to return them to the stone as befitted warriors of their stature. In time, the Arlen began to forget the tales of apparitions in the Black Marsh, and ever so slowly settlers drifted into the region. Scholars said the veil was still thin and thus the area still dangerous, but the people only cared that there were no longer frightened whispers in the shadows. The village was slowly rebuilt. Twice the Baroness's mansion was rebuilt and occupied, once by a wealthy merchant and another time by an Orlesian mage. Both died mysteriously. Afterwards, the mansion was torn down completely and the site left untouched. Yeah, that's probably the best way to handle that. Anders remained with the Grey Wardens a few years longer, training the Order's next generation of mages. But when the Circle Tower called on him to deliver a lecture on the nature of the architect, much to the Templars' dismay, Anders told the commander of the Grey that his time with the Wardens was over. And yet, not 2 months later, Anders returned to the Order. Ever after, the Wardens were his home and his lasting companions, which, according to Dragon Age 2, we need to just cut this slide completely. 'Cause that didn't happen. Vallana never saw her clan again, but neither did she forsake her Dalish culture, nor her sharp tongue, nor her quick temper. After several years in the Grey Wardens, Vallana disappeared one day. Most surmise she left for the deep roads to resume the search for her sister, but no one knows for sure. Nathaniel managed to survive the battle at Vigil's Keep, leading a spirited defense in the last minutes to protect his family home. That ferocity impressed many of his fellow soldiers, who hoisted him to their shoulders and paraded him around the courtyard when the battle was done. Over the next years, Nathaniel dedicated himself to the Order and to clearing the blemishes on his family's name. After saving Terran Fergus Kuzlin from a bandit attack, a portion of Amaranthine was returned to the house. That's cool. Nathaniel passed the holding to Delilah's son, and when a new castle was eventually built there, a statue of Nathaniel was erected in his courtyard. Justice fought valiantly at the battle for Vigil's Keep, but before the victory horn sounded, a Darkspawn sword removed Kristoff's head. It was, of course, unclear whether the spirit of justice perished or simply departed. At the least, Kristoff's wife, Aurora? What was Aura? I don't know. Was finally able to claim her husband's ashes. With the mother dead, Sigrun seemed to lose her purpose. She withdrew from her friends in the Order and spoke to them less and less each day. One morning, Sigrun was simply absent, her bed made and her trunk emptied. A young recruit who had been up in the night said she had left for her calling, gone to finish what she had started in Kal Haral. If I'd gotten her approval up higher, that might have been a happier ending. I don't know. At Vigil's Keep, Algren rallied a last-minute defense of the gate, taking on 2 ogres simultaneously to allow others time to regain the courtyard. He eventually passed out from blood loss, and when he awoke weeks later, nobody was more surprised than he to discover he had been credited as a hero. Algren continued to regale young Warden recruits with tales of his prowess in both battle and bed. His drinking games prompted at least one recruit to declare that she'd rather tempt the joining than lift another mug. At the Warden Commander's urging, Algren took a more active role in his child's life. He visited Felsi often and wrote letters which the Warden Commander graciously proofread nearly every week. The commander's exploits became legends. As noted orator and mediator, Liara was often required to smooth out political conflicts. That agile mind made the commander difficult to read, and thus many grew distrustful of what lurked beneath the surface. At the least, life was never dull. Some years later, the commander of the Grey was abruptly called to the Warden's fortress at Weishaupt to party the very evening that a small cutter docked at Amaranthine. Some suggested a new blight had begun close on the heels of the last, and that the commander had been called to action. Whatever the truth, she did not return to Vigil's Keep again. Her legacy, however, shall be felt for many years to come. And I believe that is the end. We didn't see Logan. That was one thing that we missed. Continuing a warden from the previous game, since I had to restart as Orlesian. Logan doesn't show up. But he shows up and says that he has been assigned to work with the wardens from Orlais, which I think is crazy and bizarre, yet also somehow fitting. And I don't know if our ending would have been different if I had continued instead of restarting with an Orlesian warden. I don't know. The thing with the architect is intriguing. The Last Calling, the Dragon Age novel, gets more into his motivations. I read it, but I honestly don't remember. So there is that. But if you want to understand more of that, and if you'd like to see a younger Duncan, I highly recommend reading The Calling. The fact that he started the Fourth Blight actually doesn't bother me, because the Blight would have happened anyway. Like, the Darkspawn are continuously digging. Eventually, they would have found the Archdemon and contaminated it. So the fact that he made it happen instead, I feel like that just cancels each other out. It's not really a big deal, and it's almost like a good thing that he did, because we hadn't had a blight. Thedas hadn't had a blight in, I think, about 400 or 500 years. So people of Thedas were becoming complacent and not putting much store into the Grey Wardens. Like, they were starting to feel like they didn't need them anymore. So if the architect hadn't started the Blight, I said Fourth Blight, I think it's Fifth Blight. It's the Fifth Blight. If he hadn't started the Blight, if we had just waited for the Darkspawn to naturally do it, it might have been a few hundred years later, and people may have just felt like the Grey Wardens weren't worth keeping. Their numbers would have dwindled even more, and it might have been worse. So the fact that he started the Blight really doesn't bother me at all. But there are other motivations going on there that we don't know and that I honestly don't remember. But go read The Calling, basically. That's what I'm saying. Go read it. Other than that, we're gonna move on to Dragon Age 2 and see what happened with Anders and all this other stuff. So if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, social media links in the description, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.